Good morning, children. Welcome to another practical assignment for today. The date is 7th of August, practical number 6, and a very simple experiment. This experiment is on absorption. The same experiment theoretically we have studied while studying chapter 4, that is absorption, and in this we had conducted in this manner that we took a test tube, uprooted a balsam plant, roots intact, and we added a few drops of oil to check the evaporation. Another setup we made with similar test tube, some water and a few drops of oil, but no plant. So this acted as a control, whereas the previous one acted as an experimental setup. So here the same experiment we are going to do in this manner, and our aim of the experiment, how you will write, will be to demonstrate the process of absorption of water by roots in a small herbaceous plant. The requirements after leaving one line will be 2 test tubes, water, and freshly uprooted young leafy balsam plant with its root intact, oil, test tube stand, etc. So balsam is the name of a plant. You can write it in capital letter B. Then, so experiment, as I said, is really very simple. Procedure: take the test tube and fill with water. Pull out a young leafy balsam plant uprooted from soil with its roots intact. Wash it gently under tap water. Soon insert the roots into the test tube. Put a few drops of oil in the test tube to prevent the loss of water by evaporation. Mark the level of water in the test tube. Leave the experimental setup in a test tube stand for a day or 2. Set up a similar test tube with water and few drops of oil poured on it but without the plant to act as control setup. Mark the level of water in the test tube. So children, the working, as I said, 2 test tubes. You have taken equal quantity of water in the same and spread a few drops of oil as a layer. Now this oil is added to check the evaporation of water. Balsam plant uprooted with the roots intact. They were washed under the water and dipped in such a manner that the roots dipped wholly under the water. So this setup is acting as an experimental setup. A similar setup where everything is same but there is no plant. That is, water is there, oil is there, but the plants are not there, or any plant is not there. So this will be acting as a control. Now what we will see is, we will make the levels equal in the beginning. So the level that is here will also be the same at the start of the experiment. But as it is observed after the required time, that is after a day or 2, what you will see is that the level of water shifts down with the plant, right? With the plant that is set up in the experiment, but the one that is without the plant, the level will be the same. So what is the reason for this fall of level, right? The only reason that can be explained is absorption by the roots. Here you will not say transpiration, right? Transpiration, yes, I agree, the water is going up and being transpired out. But because the direct reaction that is the reason for the fall of level is absorption, so your observation will be explained on the similar note. The water level in the test tube falls appreciably. Control setup shows that there is no fall in level of water when there is no plant in it. Inference, that is what do you draw from this experiment? The fall in the water level in a test tube proves that water from the test tube is absorbed by the roots and is lost by the exposed aerial parts of the plant. Presence of oil in the test tube prevents the loss of water by evaporation. And precautions, there are 2. A healthy plant with roots intact must be taken, and the level of water must carefully be noted. So as I already said, children, there's very little for you to write, right? From here I'll be sending the matter to write, and the diagram is this. But I would prefer You all can draw the diagram that is given in the text.